Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 San Francisco Giants show on all of YouTube. Shelter on base, Anthony, Carmen, Cole, Therese, but no one cares about us today. We are the bow on the Christmas gift. No one cares about us. We're the mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving dinner. Please welcome in our guests, the first couple of San Francisco, I think is what I'm going to refer to you as. It's like if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle go back to England, that's what, ladies and gentlemen, the Pences. The Pences, Hunter and Lexi Pence.
Anthony got specially dressed up just for the two of you. He never dresses up. Ask his wife. He's probably listening to
this is literally the same suit jacket from my wedding. So I busted out the wedding jacket for the Pences.
You only get one first impression.
It's an odd. I might need to take a pause and go grab a jacket myself.
You look great with what both of you guys look great. You guys still look better than me. It's not fair.
No chance.
So welcome, Pences. I just want to let you guys know also NBC Sports Bay Area tonight, there's a baseball simulation at 7, Giants versus the Braves, and at 8 o'clock, it's game 1 of the 2012 World Series. Hunter, I think you remember a little bit about that game.
Yeah, I remember it.
Just
had a good one.
While we're on this topic, anything that stand out from game 1 of 2012?
Game 1, World Series 2012, 3 home runs from Pablo Wedding stands out.
No, you're forgetting Barry Zito got a hit off Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my highlight.
Was it the first game that also they threw Prince Fielder out at home?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mainly remember Pablo hitting 3 home runs. I remember game 2, even though no one else remembers game 2, because I kind of did some grindy things in game 2. But game 1 was Pablo the Bambino, you know?
What was it like in the dugout in the clubhouse after the game? What was Pablo like after hitting all those home runs?
Man, he was just being his charismatic self, just smiling and just doing his thing. And, you know, it was like when you have that big of a game, like it was Zito versus Verlander, and like nobody gave us any chance of winning. But we were on this like momentum train from the Cardinals series where we were down 3-1. We won 3 in a row. The Tigers hadn't played in forever, and we were riding this momentum that was like, it was just this like you couldn't even explain it. We were just locked in.
I mean, I remember one of the reasons you guys had momentum had something to do with like sunflower seeds and seeing what Ryan Theriot was going to wear the next day. I wonder who was in charge of that.
All of us. It was all of us. And honestly, it takes tons of leaders and like everyone buying in, and Theriot putting on all the shenanigans, and like everyone, you know, huddling up, and everyone willing to mosh before every game. And it was like a collection of 30 leaders, like everyone buying in and just doing some crazy stuff. And we were having a blast doing it.
Well, we all obviously miss watching you guys play. We obviously miss baseball. Dr. Fauci said this week that sports may return in the summer, but if they do, the players will have to be quarantined, and that there will be no fans in the stands. Hunter, how would you feel about that? And Lexi, what would it be like, I guess, for your husband and maybe you possibly also to be quarantined during that time?
Well, we definitely talked about it. First of all, I'm glad it's not me making these decisions because this would be such a hard decision to make. So I do have to give it up for the commissioner because, man, I would hate to be in his position right now. But I mean, it would suck for Hunter to go and be quarantined, like in a hotel or wherever they might do it. But it's such a double-edged sword because you have, you know, I feel like the world needs baseball right now. Maybe not the world, but like the US needs baseball right now. We need some sort of normalcy. We need something to like look forward to on TV. We need something, you know, to root for. And I feel like baseball is such a great thing to do that for. It's America's pastime. Like it just makes sense. But at the same time, selfishly, I'm like, that's so hard to separate the guys from their families. And especially for 2 or 4 months, I think they were saying, that's like, you know, you're talking dads with their kids. You're talking, you know, moms having to be alone and raising their children. Like that's a huge ask. And I do know that we get paid, like guys get paid really well, and sure, that makes sense, but that's a really big ask. don't know my feelings.
In summary. And
Yeah.
Hunter,
Hunter, how would you feel about playing in just empty ballparks then? No fans in the stands, and the restrictions that you guys would have were no dugout atmosphere either.
I didn't hear about the no. What's the no dugout atmosphere? What do
You guys would have to be spread out in the stands.
Oh,
you're
spread out in the
6 feet apart.
stands to play, but we're throwing the baseball around. I mean, that's a pretty wild idea, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think you got to just look at like the families. There's like Mike Trout came out and was saying that his wife's about to have their first baby and he's not going to miss that. And it's just like there's so many
quarantine Mike Trout for 2 weeks. Like,
there's so many things that like just I can't imagine missing out on months and months of your kids growing up in their young ages. And so I don't have all the answers. I'm gonna try to do my best just to be just to do whatever it takes to get baseball back running again, and hopefully things work out in a calmer, clearer way.
Yeah, and it's great that they're coming up with options, but we need to also be realistic about the options.
that's fair. And I guess I want to transition to something more fun because it's not super fun to talk about quarantining however many guys for 4 months.
Just came in with the question.
The hardest question of all time.
Came in with the suit with the hard question.
Get it out of the way first.
Now we're going to have a little bit of fun. Hunter, you've been playing MLB The Show a lot on various streams. You were featured on Verizon's Support Small Business. I know that wasn't MLB The Show, but you've been gaming a lot. How's that all been going?
Yeah, so I've always been an avid gamer. I've loved gaming, and since we're quarantined, there's more opportunities for different representing different things and trying different games. And I think that the Players League has been one of the coolest things I've been a part of because I'm getting to have all these connections with players from all the other teams, getting to get to know them, and we're creating. MLB The Show looks so realistic that it kind of gives you a bit of that fix that we're really missing with baseball.
Yeah, have you guys been watching some of these streams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We saw that batter not run home.
Yeah.
I'm losing sleep for how bad I am at the game. Because I feel like the Giants organization is on me playing this video game good. And I'm sorry, my left thumb is not the same as my right hand. And my outfield, my defense is awful, and I'm making too many excuses. I'm disappointed in myself. But it's been awesome. It really has been. It's been amazing. But that's how fun it's been. And I'm enjoying that competition, even if it is, not playing as well as I like. But I'm having a blast meeting lots of people. It's been great.
Who's one of the biggest gamers in the MLB other than you?
What's that?
Who's one of the players that's a big gamer that we might not know about? That's in the.
I've been told not everyone even if you're a gamer, MLB The Show is a whole unique different game. So I heard that Conley is the Tommy Conley for the Yankees is he put on some crazy Madden tournament for the Yankees and was super avid about it. I know Gallo's a big gamer. There's a ton of them, but Snell and Amir Garrett, they play a lot of MLB The Show.
Trevor May is a big gamer.
Trevor May, yeah, he's a professional PC Fortnite player. He's almost more known for his gaming than his pitching, and he's one of the best relievers in the game.
You guys have so much talent and time. I don't know how. Well, you don't even have time, so I don't know how you develop all these other talents outside of baseball, but that's pretty incredible. We also know that you have talent in, I know, Lexi does a lot. Lexi set up a batting cage for you. That's pretty handy. Lexi, why were you the one doing the legwork, huh?
Well, we set it up together, sort of, and then it was done all wrong, so I redid it.
Was it like an IKEA thing where you had extra pieces, or you just did the directions out of order? Or?
And I still think it's kind of it's not really, we're staring at it right now. We're it's still not.
To be fair, the first day we were putting it together, when we did the base of it, the sprinklers were going off on us. So we were doing it through just getting annihilated with water and
annihilated with sprinkler water.
Yeah, but I mean we were soaked and trying to tape these things on.
We can't.
It was tough. It was cold out there, man. I was grinding hard in the sprinklers.
You're a true Californian. You're like afraid of tiny little sprinkles. That's exactly what it's like to be a Californian nowadays.
But the net, and like when the net's wet, like trying to like get things to go together, it's a tough situation. But like we got it done, and it was working perfectly fine.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it was working perfectly fine, but Alexis wasn't happy with it, and so
Of course not.
So she decided, and she kicked me out on the read because I was happy with it. So she's like, "Get out of here! I'm gonna do this." And then
I redid it.
She redid it, and it was better. She did better.
But what's super cool is that like a lot of companies have reached out to be like, "Hey, what do you guys need?" Like, so we have now the batting cage that we have that I got off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure like Hunter barely fits in it, but it works. And then like Max at bat, is that the
Max BP is the wiffle ball machine.
BP, like his
I saw that, yeah.
machine went out, so like they overnighted a battery, which is super cool to fix it.
I blew out the battery.
That's how much you were using it?
Oh yeah, I love this thing.
Yeah.
It's like it was like last year I was using this Max BP wiffle ball machine like all year, and it like for whatever reason, especially like DHing or pinch hitting. For instance, when you're in Oakland, there's no batting cage for you to go to during the game. So if you're going to pinch hit or you're going to DH, the only way to be ready for that at bat was to hit off this wiffle ball machine. We would do it in the clubhouse. And so the clubhouse like attendants are like trying to like duck and cover and like it shoots them so fast. And they're like these small balls that like, it helps your timing so much. It's really a secret weapon.
Yeah, and also like PowerNet sent us a net and like a tee, or the Giants sent over a tee too. They dropped it off on the front door. PowerNet sent like, the net to like
the
net. So because this net can't handle me hitting a baseball,
that thing.
It can only stop whipping.
Just burn a hole through it.
Yeah, and winter.
I did. I threw a baseball into it,
and it broke the net.
So because I can't play catch with leg. Anyway,
no,
we're getting creative with like staying ready.
And then the winter virtual reality too sent over a virtual reality thing for you to see the pitches and the timing and stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so companies have been amazing to keep these guys in tip-top shape.
Yeah, essential items include keeping Hunter in shape. I love it. Something else I think is essential is coffee. And y'all have created your own coffee line, Pineapple Labs, amazing. So
big thank you to Teresa for buying some. And
I
appreciate you guys. I love seeing your names there.
Have you tried it yet?
I won't mention you. That's all right.
So Static Boom, hella good. We had a question on IG from a fan, Amanda, who wants to know what inspired you to name those coffees the way you did?
My coffee, good as hell. It was just really good as hell. So, and I was really feeling Lizzo at the time. So it just
homage to Lizzo right there.
Yeah. And then Static Boom, Hunter has a really interesting story about it.
Teresa, I first want to ask, how do you like the coffee and which one did you get?
I got good as hell. There was something about the appeal of pineapple upside down cake for coffee.
Her coffee is so amazing.
Dessert for breakfast? Heck yeah. And it tasted really, really good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
It went really fast. A bunch of my family members were staying here during quarantine because they were trying to get out of San Francisco. And so that coffee went real fast. I wish I didn't share it, but they all liked it.
All right.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
Oh, wait. Is that?
I
don't know.
Green screen.
Boom, right?
Yeah, Static Boom.
There
we go.
There we go.
All right.
What's the story behind that one?
Basically, I was at the field and I was doing like my recovery. Oh, and here's the mug. The mug is basically, so it's a combo, and all the proceeds go to No Kid Hungry in San Francisco and Southern Smoke in Houston for the month of my coffee.
Yeah, April.
I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but the mug is a mural based off of what Dual Streets did at our coffee shop in Houston. He's a local graffiti artist. He's amazing. Love this thing. So you can only get this mug with us, and it's Dual Streets, who's an amazing artist. And then the coffee, the name came from, I was doing my recovery after spring training day, and I decided to spend an hour in the hyperbaric chamber. And so I was just like laying there, like meditating, spent like a good hour. I was feeling like this sweet buzz, and when I got out, when the alarm went off, it was time for me to get out. I looked at my phone, and Alexa's like, "You haven't come up with a name for your coffee." And I don't know, it just like, that was like, it immediately was like, it's Static Boom, duh. Like, I had been trying for like a long time. She'd been asking me for weeks, you need to think of a name. And I couldn't come up with anything. It was just like, boom, right after that meditation. So we went with it. And I don't really know what it means, but it feels right.
It just came to you. It's a stroke of genius. It sounds like it works. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of went like from Sonic Boom to Static Boom. I don't know. It just
I like it. It's a good name. Both of y'all, I think it's like incorporating your personalities. Like I can tell that y'all both named your coffees respectively.
Thanks.
Every time I drink the Good as Hell, I couldn't help but sing Lizzo. My toddler was like, what is going on?
Something about those hyperbaric chambers bring out the creative energy, I guess.
Yeah, I was highly oxygenated, and the brain was working good.
All right. Well, we have a game we like to play when we hang out during the regular season that involves kind of fun facts about some of the players. So would it be okay if I hit you guys with a few questions and you tell me which player you think it applies to? Okay, let's see how you do here. So I'm gonna pitch you some softballs. You're on the spot. Which player allegedly gave Pablo Sandoval his nickname?
Whoa.
Do we have to have two separate answers?
We got to give him a hint. I mean,
Carmen, you got a hint for him?
Is he still
What year
playing?
was it?
Is he still playing with that?
He's not still playing.
He's retired.
we talked about him already on our video right now. We already talked about it in the beginning.
Zito. It has to be Zito.
That's singer.
Nailed it.
That was the kind of hint we needed.
We were 1 for 1.
Okay, 1 for 1. Question 2. Buster Posey was in the U.S. Junior Olympics in 2004, playing what position?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. He played 2 positions, shortstop and pitcher. I'll give you 2 points for that, Hunter.
Hey.
And then this one, I think is super niche, but let's see if you get it. What former teammate of yours personally invited the 4 of us to go raid Area 51 with him last September?
Who would be obsessed with that?
Yeah. Who do you think has that kind of energy that he would want to go? Oh, yeah.
Besides me, like, because I was on board with that.
He might have invited you too.
You can carpool.
Wait, this is a current player?
No.
No.
Last September.
But
He
he's
was an
still
analyst
around
last
the
year.
Bay Area sometimes.
Wait, what?
Derek Holland?
That's a
Michael Morse.
Michael Morse, your best friend.
I thought y'all said he was on the team last year, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why they said last September.
But
He was hanging around the studio with us because he was doing NBC Analytics,
Oh.
coming in to bug us as we watched the game.
do y'all believe in aliens?
Yeah. Why would I not believe in
Of
aliens?
course. Of course.
You guys believe in aliens, right?
Anthony, Therese?
I believe that there's something else out there. Whether or not they're aliens, I don't know. I do believe in life elsewhere. in this universe.
Extraterrestrials?
Probably.
Therese?
Probably.
Comment?
That's cold hard facts, everybody.
No, your beliefs is not cold hard facts.
Yeah, we like to play that game. It's called Cold Hard Facts. And continuing with some questions, we pulled some questions from fans. Hold on, I need to give the toddler some more banana bread.
That's fair.
Can I start with a question that I have as a fan? So you were in 2 World Series, Hunter. If you were Spider-Man and you shot your web and you had 2012 in one hand, 2014 in the other one, which would you drop to its death and which one would you save?
Why do we have to kill a World Series tie? I don't want to kill a World Series.
You
Yeah,
can't.
so like,
Yeah,
which
I mean,
one is Gwen Stacy?
I'll save them and lose myself. I'm not dropping.
What a great diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
I should have known. I should have known.
I will never answer that. There's no way. Like they're both the best.
Lexi, I've got a
Danielle-
question for you.
Oh, okay.
You're from Southern California. You've spent time in Texas, obviously, and you've spent time in Northern California. Which of the 3 varieties of Mexican food reigns supreme?
It's a great
good
question.
Man, probably. I actually think Arizona has probably one of the best Mexican food.
Wow.
Guacamole.
Okay, the dark horse out of nowhere.
Yeah. Mexico. Well, Mexico. Texas has really good Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex is like really on point there. LA has great like Mexican food, but Arizona really has won my heart, especially this one place called Tacos Chihuas has really just like, that will always hold a special place in my heart. I'm like, are they still open? Like,
Tacos Chihuas is like crazy good here.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been while you've been out here, do yourself a favor and go to Tacos Chihuas.
I'm putting it on my list. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, so some fan questions now. Danielle asked, Hunter, would you and Pablo consider doing a show together, maybe call it Panda and the Preacher?
Probably wouldn't call it that, but Panda and Pence.
Panda and Pence.
But yeah, for sure. Pablo is my ride or die. He's my brother, and we have a lot of fun doing anything and everything. Anytime I need him to call in for anything, we got to cover like Game 7 of the 2014 World Series on the MLB Instagram. He was down. He called me the other day during my tournament, told me, like, pumped me up, encouraged me. And
what was really great about Pablo is he just comes in with so much charisma.
He
He
just
came
lights
into
up every
MLB The Show
room.
and was like, you guys should play FIFA.
He's like, I'm really playing a lot of FIFA right now. I love FIFA.
I love FIFA. And we were like, yeah, Pablo. But he's just got such a great smile and so much like charisma, and
he lights up every room.
Yeah.
He's just got so much love, and he's a playful spirit. He loves to play.
it's true authenticity there.
We're both very similar with that, where we're just like happy-go-lucky and childlike.
Yeah.
How about 2 peas in a pod? 2 peas in a pod.
Oh. I
Hunter
see what you
doesn't
did
get it
there.
or hates it. I don't know which one.
No, it's very clever, but I feel like that just doesn't sum up me and Pablo together.
I do have to ask, we've heard stories that his wedding was crazy. How crazy was the wedding? Was Panda's wedding?
I mean, if you were to watch the movie The Great Gatsby and to look at those parties, they did not even hold a candlestick to what Pablo's wedding was. I mean, like I said, it was like 4 a.m. Well, I didn't say this to you guys, but I've said this many times. It was 4 a.m. and we were like, we had already seen like breakdancing pandas. We had 2 famous Latin rapper concerts, and all of a sudden, salsa flamingos on stilts came in. Like, it was just like,
Yeah.
it was the wildest thing I could ever imagine, and it was all night. It was great.
Yeah.
San Bruno Jess on Twitter asked, have Hunter and Lexi found new games to play while under shelter in place?
Yes. Board games or digital games?
Why not both? Have you been doing both?
Either or.
Yeah. Well, on video games, we've been doing, Hunter's been playing MLB The Show. I'm sort of playing Game, and Diablo we just got into last night with actually Carmen.
I suck. I never know where I am or where anybody else is.
Amy Dawson asked, if you could play on a team with a player from the past, who would it be and why? So maybe that is for Hunter. And then Lexi, who would you want him to play with? Who have you enjoyed the most?
Wait, so is it like anyone from the past or someone I've already played with?
It says if you could play on a team with a player from the past, who would it be and why?
I think anybody.
Yeah, it sounds like anybody.
I mean, Babe Ruth is like kind of my hero, and I would like to hear his thoughts. I thought his charisma. I think he's kind of the face of baseball's past. So obviously Willie Mays would be another one, or Willie McCovey. I would love to play with them. Will Clark, and I think one of my favorites all time. Not many people know this, was Kenny Lofton. So I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Same. Okay. And then I have one more at HC92. This is for each of you to answer. What has been your favorite Hunter Pence signs that you have each seen?
I know mine
Go ahead.
because I get asked this question a lot.
Okay.
Hunter Pence picks hamburger in the hot dog race.
That one's good.
Mine is Hunter Pence whispers sorry after each fly ball. I actually really feel like you do that.
I feel like you do that too.
Good hit though. It was really good.
Can I circle back to the?
Question.
Oh yeah, go for it, Therese.
I was just going to ask a personal question because I know, Lexi, you like to do videos where you're cooking and stuff like that. So during quarantine, shelter in place, what have you been having Hunter help you out with when it comes to some of these cooking specials that you're doing? And how is he doing?
Well,
He
Hunter
good?
actually learned how to cook eggs. So
Yeah,
that's
1
been
to
a
3 in
real.
eggs.
That's been a real.
And I'm learning to chop.
Yeah.
What was the soup we made last night? We made 2 of these.
I've been cooking a lot of like Greek stews because I feel like to feed Hunter is a full-time job. Like he consumes so much food. And he has to eat like 3 meals a day. And so, which is, I mean, you do a lot. So like he's giving me a death stare right now.
I'm just listening. I'm not
So,
getting
like,
this stare.
But you know, he requires 3 meals a day. He does a lot, so his body's always burning fuel, and so you have to like keep him fed. So like I go to like the butcher and I'm like, okay, I need like 5 pounds of meat, and like I maybe get like half a pound and he'll get the rest, you know.
What is he?
Sorry, allergies.
Oh, okay.
Allergies.
Okay, allergies.
But I've been cooking a lot of like Greek stews just because they are very they're just very hearty, and I can keep them in the fridge. So whenever he is hungry, he can just go in and kind of warm it up himself and stuff. So a lot of that stuff that I can keep in the fridge.
Nice.
Cole, you have
Awesome.
one more to wrap it up?
Yeah, this just came to my head because I just happened to finish the game I've been spending my quarantine playing last night, the video game. I finished Horizon Zero Dawn, and I have no idea what to play next. Do you guys have any single-player game recommendations for me to pick up for my next quarantine game?
What platform?
I'm on PS4, but I'm assuming, most things are fairly cross-platform these days.
PS4.
I mean, what kind of games do you like?
I'm up for really whatever. I'll play a platformer, an RPG, a shooter.
Skyrim is one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
Have you ever played Skyrim? Do you like
Skyrim is probably on my Mount Rushmore of games. And most of the time I look for a new game, I end up just going back and starting Skyrim over. So I think I might do that tonight.
Skyrim.
Oh, yeah, many times. It's the best.
Okay, then do you have another one?
For PS4. Have you played MLB The Show?
I haven't. Maybe that's what I need to do. There we go.
Fun, actually.
Full circle.
There you
Yeah.
It's really fun.
I do have one fact check thing that I need to interject. So what Prince Fielder did get thrown out at home in game 2. All 4 of those games started to blur together because you guys swept them. So it all feels like one big, long, happy game. But because I know some of the people that are going to watch this are going to be like, if it's game 2.
In our comments.
Great call, Therese.
So
Because
if
as
they
you
watch
know,
all the way through.
people on Twitter are totally rational and sensible. So
I was the first one that was like, yeah, it was game 1. Game 1.
Honestly, when I went and watched Game 7 with Pablo, like I didn't remember any of it. I didn't even know what was going to happen. I was like really nervous again. I was like, "Are you sure we're going to win this? I'm not sure."
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you joining our humble little bullshit show.
Can we swear on the internet?
Oh, yeah, dude. We don't report to anyone.
Whatever. Just the one word. It'll just be demonetized. It's fine. But we really appreciate it. We love you guys. And also check out Hunter's Coffee, which is the only one on sale right now. Is that right?
Yeah, we're doing one coffee with every month. So this month is Static Boom to the end of April, and then come May is our Mother's Day bundle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
There
check
we
that
go.
out on pineapplelabs.com. And check out Hunter on MLB The Show probably every day until we're out of here.
And probably after that.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. It was
Yes.
so great catching up, and we miss you guys. We miss SF, and of course, we miss Oracle Park.
Yes, and we love your show, and we're so happy that we got the opportunity to be on it, talking baseball, getting all the good feels again.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for
guys.
coming on, guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Guys.
Put Barry in the Hall of Fame.